Hello fellow commanders and welcome to another Strategic Command World War One with me, Bubblebox, playing as the Entente on Expert, and this is episode 2. We're about to let the AI come and rip us apart. Thank you very much for all the comments in the last video, and as you can see I have indeed gone back to the vanilla map. It was pretty unanimous that you didn't like the mod map as much as you like the vanilla map, so I've gone back to it. I agree with a lot of the comments, especially the ones about the one about the ports being a lot easier to see and differentiate on the vanilla map, and yeah, just a lot more detail, a lot richer I guess. So we're going to stick with the vanilla map now. You'll all be pleased about that, I'm sure. If you've got any other issues about the game and how it looks and that, or sounds or the audio or anything, please do post them, because if you post them I'll know about them and I will do my best to fix them, especially if a few people comment on the same thing. I've kept the sounds though, and I've kept some of the overlays for the UI and stuff when you're looking at the different researches and stuff. I think they look really quite nice. But the map, we're back to normal. So another interesting comment before we press next turn and let the AI take its turn is someone commented about that Verdun has a maximum entrenchment of 6 compared to the other two forts down here, which have a maximum entrenchment of 3, which I never noticed before actually, which means as soon as the unit enters into Verdun it will immediately on the next turn get an entrenchment of 3 if it's a fresh unit in there. Now I've already kind of set my stall already for the next turn, but I need to try and hold on to Verdun as much as I can then really, but we'll see how quickly the AI tries to surround Verdun. So there's that. Also, I'm worried now after another comment saying about the shipping is that I've been a little bit too aggressive, because as the AI can now see 3 or more hexes into the map, into the fog of war, that my ships are going to be a little bit much more visible. It's going to make a bit more interesting gameplay for the shipping as well. But without further ado, I am going to, well, I'm a bit well, we're going to press next turn, see what happens. Shouldn't be terrible. The arrival of thousands of refugees from Galicia spread fear through Austria-Hungary. Shouldn't be too bad for this turn. It's the next couple of turns I'm not looking forward to, when the because the AI is still mobilizing at the moment. Given the likelihood of war with the Ottoman Empire, steps need to be taken to ensure we do not lose access to our oil supplies coming from Adaban oil fields near Basra. A plan has been proposed whereby the Indian army will send a force to seize Basra and the Abadan oil fields the moment the war breaks out with the Ottomans. It's going to cost us 50 MPPs for 2 turns. That's the British. Would you like to send the Indian army? Yeah, I think we will. Give us a bit more of a presence in the Middle East. We've got another decision to make. To increase the size of our naval forces and ensure our superiority over Germany, it is recommended that we seize the Ottoman ships currently being built in Britain and add them to the Royal Navy. If you agree, the Royal Navy will seize the dreadnought Sultan Osman, renaming it Agincourt. She should then be ready for active service in September of this year. Would you like to seize this and deploy it as part of the Royal Navy, or would you like to give it to the Ottomans? I guess that will affect, in fact it will, I think it will affect how quickly the Ottomans come into the war, but we're still going to take it. I don't mind, they can come in whenever they want. We'll be ready to defend Egypt against the Ottomans. So I'm going to say, yeah, we'll grab ourselves another ship. So the Ottomans displeased, indeed they are. British Expeditionary Force arrives, so that's a couple of nice units in for the Brits. Belgian detachment deploys. Okay. Get some extra units for the Russians. And the Austrians get a few extra units. I'm sure the Germans have as well. Entente naval blockades. Import to Germany in the North Sea. Oh yeah, we started setting that up in the last turn. Alright. So nothing terrible happening just yet, but we'll still a bit, it's going to happen, isn't it? We're going to die a lot of, we're going to die. I think we're going to die. Let's see. Okay. Okay, straight on the attack are the Germans. Got some cavalry moving in against my British Corps, my newly formed British Corps, or my new British Corps, the British Expeditionary Force, attacked immediately. They didn't attack the cavalry, which is interesting. Wow. They're my best units. They're just taking a chunk out of in the north there. No, they're still coming forward, and so it might be okay on this turn. I imagine they're going to attack Belgrade again. Nothing terrible just yet, unusually. Okay, an attack onto Antwerp. Alright. And another attack into Antwerp. That's our alternate capital at the moment. We've got a third alternate of Ypres as well. So it looks like Antwerp may get taken if they can get a unit in there. One of our forts getting attacked as well. Just, yeah, it's taking quite a lot of damage. And the other, luckily they didn't attack the same fort, they attacked a different fort of Belfort. 2 attacks into there. Well, that's not too terrible. And we managed to take Antwerp then. An important naval port there for in Belgium. Another attack into one of the forts. They've not attacked Verdun yet though. Lodz getting attacked by some Austrian cavalry. And pulls back. More units coming forward to the outskirts of Verdun. Oh, there's Verdun just getting flanked a little bit there. Are they going to attack into the Serbs? If they don't attack into the Serbs, they're going to get nicely dug in and reinforced this turn. They're still bringing a lot of their units to the front line, I think. Okay. Okay. I am very happy if that's all the attacks. Alright, okay, yep, looks like they're just kind of reinforcing themselves. French morale falls due to the loss of Lille. French morale falls due to the loss of Nancy, so we lost 2 towns. Nothing too terrible. And we've got our government moving over to Ypres. Okay, Ottomans pleased with themselves. A couple more French units have appeared. 3 more French units, 4 more French units, nice. Okay, we've got some more Russian units to use as well, and a few in and around Moscow. German mobilisation is continuing, as is the Austro-Hungarians, getting a few more units as well. Entente naval units blockading ports of Germany, I've had that already. Oh, get fed up of saying that. Okay, now I'm pretty pleased that we didn't lose any units at all apart from the Antwerp detachment. Alright. Be advised that the enemy may decide to use unrestricted naval warfare against your convoy routes. Oh, we know all about that from the last playthrough we did. That's this area which is underneath this big thing here. Here, there's lots of places where they can do unrestricted naval warfare, which will affect Britain's supply routes and MPPs, but will also anger America. The regular army is too small to fight a long war on the continent and can make only a small contribution to the war. Huge numbers of recruits are coming forward to enlist, and by the summer and autumn of 1915 our drill sergeants should be able to turn these raw recruits into 4 corps ready for service in France. It's going to cost 40 MPPs for 15 turns. That's going to be cheap for 4 corps, so we're definitely going to say yes to that one. Absolute no-brainer, as are quite a lot of these decisions we have to make. So now, definitely not going on the offensive here, going to stay defensive, trying to get that research, trying to get those entrenchments, get my infantry buffed up. You can see we're already in a little bit of danger over in Belgium. Here I'm wondering whether to pull this back and kind of save it, because if Belgium falls we still keep their units, as I've probably mentioned before. So I might pull this detachment back a bit. We need some area, some units up here to kind of hold back the enemy. I might leave this cavalry unit in here as it's only entrenched with 1, but at least it's entrenched. I'm going to have to pull this British unit right back, and I'm going to start putting it. I'm going to put it all the way back to here actually. Now these French units can move up and help defend this region a little bit. So I mean I could reinforce this. It's going to cost me a lot of points though, which I need to be spending on research really. So we're going to use the French. I mean I might send this up to, I could send this up a little bit and put it on to and entrench it as well. I don't want to expose my nice fresh British unit, which is a really good unit. I can put this one up to there as well and entrench, and I could entrench the British one in place here as well. Just trying to think on my feet here. I want to be able to entrench them if I move them. So I might move this one actually. I'm wondering whether to pull this horse back and just entrench along this line and kind of let all this go. It's very defensive, but it might be best in the long run. Let's start down in the south. We've also got this unit to bring forward. So Belfort has held out okay, and it's got an entrenchment of 1, which will go up slightly next turn. So I'm just going to reinforce that one there. This one entrenchment is actually 0, so if I put a new unit in... I was going to say, if I put a new unit in there, it's going to get a bit of entrenchment, isn't it? I'm going to pull this 7-pointer back. I'm going to put this one into there. So that's entrenched 1 still. And I'll move this one up to here. Yeah, okay, that'll do, because that's only got 1 unit on its front line. I'm not going to be able to attack these units, by the way. They're just too strong at the moment. Look, you can see, just too strong. I mean, I could attack out of Verdun, but I don't really want to do that. Although I could attack out of Verdun. No, Verdun's on 6 entrenchment, so we're leaving that unit in Verdun for sure. We've also got a unit here now to kind of so that Verdun isn't completely surrounded. This guy here in this other one, I think he is going to get just a bit of a buff there. See if he can hold that position as best he can. And this guy as well. So we've got a fairly decent line along there, and we've still got Verdun, and I'm not going to move up to... I could move up to Sedan because that is a river as well actually. That leaves him out on the limb a little bit though, but it will also keep Verdun protected for as long as I can. If it means sacrificing 1 unit, it might be worth it. It's got the river, so I'm going to do that. It's got the river. Let's entrench there. A bit bold perhaps on this level, and then I can move this guy. Actually, this guy might be better off over here somewhere. No, I'm going to move this guy up to here and entrench there. Okay. And this guy I might move up and start getting the defensive line along here. I think I can still entrench if I go to here, so I'm going to do that, I think. We'll entrench there. See how that goes. We'll leave our cavalry there. I'm just dread moving my British unit. I don't want to lose my nice British units, but I think I'm going to have to be a little bit bold here and just move that one forward to there and just try to entrench and hold. And then this one I'm just going to go to here because I can entrench it there and hold. Now I know Boulogne's very open. In fact, oh my god, I haven't got a unit on... Oh no, that's just a... Oh no, that's not good. Okay, he's obviously got to come back. Shit. Okay, I'm going to have to double move a unit onto Boulogne. Yeah, that has to be done. I've got to have some sort of a unit on there. EP2's there. Now this one, shall I just give it a bit of reinforcement to hold back the horde? Or maybe just... I'm just going to give this one a bit of an entrench, I think. It's going to go down probably. Now then, do I want to spend a lot of points reinforcing this Belgian unit? The answer's probably not at this stage. I'd much rather spend those points on... I'm going to put it over into... just behind the river here. I'll leave my British commander where it is. I can bring this... I'm going to bring this guy right forward actually. To that to the cross. Actually, I could put him onto Chalon. Yeah, let's stick him over onto Chalon. He can be useful next turn, and he's dug in there as well. Won't lose that entrenchment then. That's good. So we've got these units. What we could possibly do is reinforcing for next turn. Maybe this one. Although let's just check out the research we need to do first as well. Just bring my fighter forward a little bit as well. I'm not going to buff that up just yet. Again, I've got to get the research moving. So, someone did also mention diplomacy, trying to get Sweden and Norway and the Netherlands and possibly Denmark to give up their over to the Entente, and that is part of the plan as well. But first of all, I've got to make my units a bit stronger. So research is priority, and then the next priority is going to be diplomacy. So I've still got 142 points. So I'm going to do, for the French, need to start on the trench warfare, I guess. So I'm wondering even whether to get rid of that industrial technology for the French to start with as well. So we've got a few more points. No, we'll keep it. Let's start getting some trench warfare done for the French. I'm going to put 2 ticks into that, which leaves us 42 points. So then I'm going to just reinforce this 1 unit here. So we've got a full strength unit ready to go for next time. And that's all the French units spent. Still got to do their naval, but we'll do that in a second. Now, as far as the Brits are concerned, let's have a check at their naval before we spend all their points. So we've laid down some mines here, and I might... Have we got more mines? No, we've laid down all our mines. So I'm still going to bring my fleet down here. Yeah, I'm going to bring my fleet down just to help out if the Germans reach the shores here. And I'm going to keep a couple of... I don't know whether to keep my destroyers poked out. I'm going to put 1 destroyer in here because it's only got, yeah, 1 area they can get to it. And I'm going to put the other destroyer actually in here. If they try to attack it in there, they're going to hopefully run into my mines. Yeah, and I'll leave my fleet hanging around there, I think, for the Brits. But we will be moving some of our fleet up here. We've nearly got all of this blockaded. We've got 2 little slots here, so we're going to put one of the destroyers up there. We think, will we bring? Yeah, we've got another unit. That unit is really weak, actually. But I'm going to use it, and I'm going to put it on that blockade point there. And then we've got a French unit here. We'll put on. We'll move up to here. Yeah. Oh, we can't quite reach. Not quite. We'll put that on that blockade point next turn. And we've got another French ship down here we can start moving up. Again, they're quite weak because they're not at full strength. We're just going to use them to blockade. But as long as we keep this blockaded, keep the pressure on the Germans up there, I'm happy with that. Keep the rest of our fleet down here. So that's about it, I think, for the Western Front. We've got a leader here. Could do with maybe getting a bit closer. No, it doesn't. I think it's okay, actually, on Paris at the moment. Yeah, I think it's okay on Paris. Got the other 2 leaders down here. And the British leader over here. Yeah. Sorry I'm being really careful, but on this level I think you have to be. Right, let's head. So that's all the shipping done, I think. And I'll always have a scan around once I've finished recording as well. So down here, we've got no one down here in Egypt just yet. So it's just the shipping. I did put some ships here. And I don't actually want to be too bold with my ships. I'm going to pull them back a little bit so they're actually out of sight. Because, as I say, the enemy can see 3 hexes now. And I'll still keep this submarine protecting. I'll keep this submarine protecting because I haven't got the points to buff up my subs just yet. Put that one there. Actually, if I put that one there and that one there, should protect that mini fleet. If they do send like the odd 1 ship down, I can respond by attacking with those nice ships there. I had a few more ships over here, which I'm kind of just going to leave where they are until I get the points to buff them up. So that's kind of it for the Mediterranean, I think. Yep. Just leaves the Russians, really. The Russian ships, we're going to leave where they are. We need to keep them protected, as was mentioned in a comment as well for the last episode. We're going to keep the ships well protected for the Russians until we get points to sort them out. The Russian front is important, though, and it was also mentioned try not to go too head-on with the Russian units. They're going to be quite weak until we get our tech sorted out, our research sorted out. So go more for flanks. And I've just remembered I need to do the Serbians. I nearly forgot. Serbians have got quite a few points at the moment, 100. So we're going to... They didn't really attack, so we're going to just, well, give all our units some reinforcements, especially this unit And I'm amazed we've still got Belgrade, actually. Absolutely amazed. Certainly want to reinforce all of these units and this unit down here in our other capital. And we'll give the units next to Belgrade some points as well. Our leader's fairly back here, but I think he's covering most of the units we want him to cover. I'll move this unit up to there. I could even move it up to the river there. Yeah, let's move it up to the river there. And if they move down, yeah, we'll move that up to the river. Another thing about having it on this level is that if they can see 3 hexes, they're not going to get surprised by our units. And that's going to make it a little bit harder for us as well. I'm going to give this guy a little bit of reinforcement also. Remember, we are sending lots of points from the French and the Russians to the Serbians as well to try to keep them into the war. I can actually put this guy on there. Yeah, that's it for the Serbians then, I think. Happy with that. Yep. Now then, we're attacked in lots. It came forward, attacked and then pulled back again, which is a bit odd. Now, for lots, I'm just going to rearrange this entrenchment slightly and just angle it a bit better so that the road's protected here, because I don't think they're going to go into the middle here. So that's that. We'll leave everything along here. Everything's looking okay there. I'm not going to do any silly attacks and waste points, but I will be moving in on and around Memel. So we'll start to not going to attack this turn. You get a better bonus if you attack from adjacent at the start. So I'm just going to entrench first of all. We'll get another unit next to Memel and we'll entrench that as well. Cavalry unit. We could put this next to Memel as well. I'm going to put it to... Trouble is, I'm going to leave it there because I haven't got a unit that I can put onto Shavli. I can elite reinforce these cavalry though, that's going to be useful. Let's do that. And then we'll keep bringing the units down from up here. Again, I'm not operating them. We just have to get them over as quick as we can and then rest them. I'm not operating because I don't want to waste the points. We need to get our research done. I'm going to give this guy up to max health though. Apart from that, this guy needs to get himself entrenched a little bit. We're going to hold all along here. Warsaw has only got this guy, and I'm thinking of putting this one into Warsaw. Probably would be a better idea. I'll move this one out to there, get that entrenched. I'm going to move this much better unit into Warsaw. Warsaw's already got a bit of entrenchment going off. We've got the one commander there as well. So I'm fairly happy with that. We've got some more units coming down from Moscow as well. Bring that one down. Okay. Now down here we did take the oil fields. We did a quick rush on the oil fields, which was fairly successful. And I'm wondering whether to follow up. It's looking a bit difficult to get this. Is that a secondary? Is that actually a secondary objective? Oh no, that's the oil fields. We didn't get the oil fields last time. We got this town last time, so we haven't actually got the oil fields. I'm just wondering if it's too risky to go around the back here and do an attack. Let's have a little look. Oh, it's only 3-1. Not liking that too much. That's 3-1. I'm thinking I've got a lot of units here. Whether we could try and take this area here. It's going to mean taking some losses though, isn't it? Which I'm not sure I'm prepared to do. Hang on. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze then, I didn't. Okay, so... Do you know what? I don't fancy it. I don't fancy it. No, I've got this unit exposed. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take one shot here. So take one down and I'm going to take some damage back. Pull that one back. Going to get a fresh unit in there. Right, that's a 3-2 now. That's a 3-1. That's a 3-2. I'll do this one because that's fairly well protected. That's another one shot off. That's a 2-1 now. That's a 2-2 now. So let's do the 2-2. Down to 6. We're taking damage though. That's a 2-2. That's a 2-2. That needs to come out. Bring that one in, I guess. It's a 2-2. 2-2. Let's do this one next then. Down to 4. Okay. Taking a fair bit of damage to take this point, but it's an objective, so I think it's almost worth it. Shit. Okay, this is 2 damage. Oh, 3. That's just what I wanted. Now, can I swap this one? I can. I can actually do a swap, or can I actually get another unit in? I can get another unit in there. That's it. It's going to go down. Hopefully I can get a unit into the gap there, take the oil fields. Can I get this one in? I can. Yay! The oil fields are mine. He may well die the next turn, but that's quite an important take there, I think, getting those oil fields. I'm going to try to cover this area a little bit. I can actually entrench this, spin this round and entrench, or I could move forward and entrench there to protect that one a little bit. Yeah, let's move forward there, just entrench. There. Spin this entrenchment around if I can. Oh no, oh I can't. I mean, he's fairly well... I'm going to pull him back. I'm not going to chance losing that unit. Oh, I didn't realise it was a town. Shit. Okay, we don't want to lose the oil fields as soon as we've taken. I'm going to put the cavalry... Oh, no. Put that one there. I'm going to put the cavalry on there because I think I can change the entrenchment round as well. Yeah, I can. Okay. That can stay where it is. The commander can, I think, stay where he is. He's fine there. Now I've got these two I could move a little bit. I think I'm going to leave them there. They're both fired. That one's fired. I'll leave that there. This one I haven't used yet. I'm going to throw this one over here and just keep entrenching along that line. And I think that is going to be about it for the Russians on this front. We haven't got any units down here yet on the Caucasus. Well, I have got one over there, but I'm not going to be moving that. So that's all of that done, I think, for the Russians. Excellent. So we've still got, let's just check down here. Done all that. Done the shipping down here. Done the Serbians. Oh, yeah, let's just move these Italians. Let's get the Italian front. Get that ready for action. Trench there. The Italians will probably join around the spring of the second year. So there's going to be a bit of time getting in, but when they come in, they're going to be mega, mega useful to us. We're going to make good use of the Italians. Okay. Got that one there. I think did we bring in one up from the south? We were bringing this guy up as well. Going to put this one onto there. I'm not too worried about Padua, because they won't have access to Padua, I don't think. Well, they might do. Yeah, not sure. Let's just entrench here for now. Might change this, or next time. Might change that a bit later. But we'll leave that as it is for now. So I just want to do some research. Now the British, we want to keep going. Trench warfare's maxed out now, or already, yes, already. And we want to start getting the infantry warfare going for the Brits. That leaves them with just 60 points. So I could start doing anti-submarine warfare. That's going to be mega important. So we're going to start doing anti-submarine warfare for the Brits as well. French, I've used all their points up. Italians haven't got any points. And just the French. No, just the Russians are to do. And the Russians, we've still got 193 points. So we're going to... Hang on. Yeah. Start doing some trench warfare for the Russians. Protect their dug-in units. That's about that then, I think. 43 points left. Yeah, I'm going to save those 43 points. I'm not going to start doing any others. Yeah, we'll save those 43 points. The Americans, though, what I'm going to start researching is spying and intel. This will help them later on in the game if we do need them to come into the war, or the playthrough lasts that long, that they'll be able to tick up a lot quicker if they've got spying and intelligence done. So we're going to get that done for the Americans. And I think that is about it. I will have a little scan around to make sure I've done everything before the beginning of the next episode. But thank you all very much for watching. If you've got any comments, then please do let me know in the comments below. I try to answer every single one, or at least acknowledge every single comment that I can. Please do give me a like if you enjoyed this video and you're liking the old new map back again. Subscribe for more, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.